Hello and welcome to this week's episode of 10-Minute Tuesdays, where we take on career development in 10 minutes or less at a time. Today's topic is the very basics of LinkedIn. My name is Heather and I work in career services at the University of Wisconsin-Superior. So if you are interested in more in-depth information on LinkedIn, you should check out the UWS Career Services YouTube channel. And there is a series there of videos that are a little bit longer and more in depth. That's called Leveraging LinkedIn. But for now, let's jump in. So when you log into LinkedIn, once you have an account, it's going to come to your homepage. That's just like a feed. You can see people that you like and follow. Their stuff is going to come in here. This is also where you can go ahead and put your own post. They'll have information about courses, news, all sorts of different things, recent activity, all sorts of stuff. Then there are tabs across the top. So my network is place where you can find out how many connections you have, teammates, contacts, groups you're connected to, so on and so forth. And there'll be all sorts of curated information based on what you have in your profile. And it will list people that you might know, so you can go ahead and connect to people there if you'd like. My note to you about making connections is go ahead and connect, but only do so if you send a personalized note with it, so that they know that you're the real deal. Typically what I send in those notes is how I know the person or how I was made familiar with them. Maybe we're in a webinar together, something like that. You can search for jobs on LinkedIn. So you can go ahead and put the title, skill, or company in there, and then the city, state if you want. LinkedIn best practices, those sorts of things are there. So you can go ahead and take a peek. And you can also save jobs, and that'll be in your My Jobs piece here. You can message people, so it's a lot like your messaging on, wherever it happens to be. You have notifications here, so people that you're liking and following, that's going to come up there. If somebody responds or tags you in a post, that's going to come up there. And what happens here is this is where all of your account settings are that you manage. This is also where you take care of your profile, how you fill that in. So one thing I highly recommend is that you go ahead and edit that public profile and URL so that it's something that's pretty easy for you to type or for somebody else to type. Otherwise, it's going to have a bunch of weird letters and numbers and things like that. So you just go ahead and do that here. And there are also some other great settings in there as well. Otherwise, it's just a matter of, filling things in. You definitely want to use the pencil here to edit this tagline. Otherwise, it's just going to be whatever your most recent job is. This is kind of your summary here. So go ahead and fill that out. Try not to get that to be too long. You can feature your work here, so you can upload a bunch of kinds of files that can be very interesting. You can see activity, things that you can change, like, follow, all of that sort of stuff. And then there will be your experience that you want to put in here. So go ahead and get in whatever you can, and then obviously your education, volunteer experience, and so on and so forth. Skills, endorsements, all of those sorts of things can be put in here. So there's a lot that can go into the profile. The more complete it is, the more chance there is that you will get hits on your profile. The more people can find ways that to search you. You'll come up in searches more often, all of that sort of thing. So that's just a matter of putting things in. LinkedIn is actually a very friendly, user-friendly site. If you ever need help with anything in LinkedIn, if you go under me, your profile, and then help here, there's just tons of stuff out there. You can also use a search engine and it will come up. In the work tab, the things that you're most likely to use would be groups, probably here, that's the big one, and maybe salary, but just keep in mind that this is all self-reported. It's not based on taxes or anything like that. So may not be the best, but groups are a great way for you to get connected to people in your profession or in areas of your interest. You can go ahead and be a member of these, and you will see their posts and so on and so forth. It's a great way to stay on the leading edge of what's going on in your field, maybe even in your occupation. And for many of these, you can go ahead and become a LinkedIn member and still get great access to resources without being an official member. So like some of these organizations cost a couple $100 to be a member of, but they don't on LinkedIn. So you can go ahead and use groups to get in and learn more and be top of your game professionally. The last thing I'll mention is that as a student at UWS, you have full access to the LinkedIn Learning Catalog right here. The best place though to get to it is from the campus logins page, and you will enter your login credentials like you use for your email in eHive, and you can go ahead and take courses, look at videos, do all your reskilling, upskilling. There's some certificates that are really great there. We've had students have some success with like learning new languages and coding and things like that through LinkedIn Learning. So that is all I'm going to say about LinkedIn. Again, there is a more full series on the UWS Career Services webpage. So go ahead and check that out. I'm sorry, UW Career Services YouTube channel. So go ahead and check that out. Otherwise, thanks for joining us this week for 10-Minute Tuesdays, where we take on career development in 10 minutes or less at a time. See you next week and take care out there.